In today's video, I wanted to tell you about the 4 stupid things that I did in my garden last year that have left me wondering what the heck was I thinking. And so it's going to be a quick short video just going through what I did wrong and what I'm planning to do this year to not be stupid again. If you're new here, my name is Bree from Urban Gardening Canada and I garden in Ottawa Zone 5. So the first one is that I grew a ton of food. Actually, the main topic of this video is that I grew a ton of food and wasted it and have been buying it over the winter like a goofball. And so that's really what this video is about. And so the first one that I totally wasted was kale. I had so much kale in my garden, it was overflowing. And I just remember looking at it last year being like, ugh, look at all that kale. And I never picked any of it. And here I am in the winter time buying frozen greens to put into my food because I love adding any type of chopped up greens into a stir fry or even our mac and cheese, like whatever it is, just to get those extra nutrients in it. And I had so much kale this year. And it's like, why did it trigger me now that I should have cut it up, cleaned it, and froze it for the winter time instead of now I am buying frozen greens to be putting into all of my food? Just like the dumbest thing ever. And the second one is Swiss chard. Same thing. I had tons and tons and tons of Swiss chard and I absolutely wasted it. Didn't cut it up, didn't clean it, didn't prep it in order to go in the freezer to be used during the winter time. And again, I'm buying frozen greens. So that was the second dumb thing that I did. The third one is that I grew sweet potatoes and I learned that sweet potato leaves are super, super nutritious. And so I did at the end of the season when I was harvesting my sweet potatoes. If you want to check out that video, I'll link it below when I was harvesting them. I did save some of the leaves, but foolishly, I just should have saved all of the leaves. I don't know what I was thinking. And sweet potato leaves are super high in nutrition, but when you freeze them, they actually disintegrate essentially to a powder. And so they're amazing for smoothies because you don't get chunks of green leaves in your smoothies because it just breaks apart into a million pieces. And so they're amazing for that. And so I threw out all of my sweet potato leaves while I was harvesting them, except for a single bowl, when I really should have been saving every last leaf for the rest of the winter so I would have greens for my smoothie instead of having to buy them. Just another dumb mistake. And my final one was not saving my herbs, specifically oregano. It was near my kale and I did the exact same thing. I looked at it and I was like, ugh, oregano, I don't know. And I didn't save any of it. And I had sage and basil and dill and I saved and dehydrated none of it. And here I am in the winter going to the store trying to find organic herbs and buying them and wasting my money when I have them in my garden. And so those were the 4 dumb mistakes that I made last season that I promised to be fixing this season. And I am planning to slowly save the kale and the Swiss chard leaves if I can manage to grow spinach. I'm terrible at it. Any of those plants, instead of waiting for the plants to get huge and then being like, well, what am I supposed to do fresh with all this kale? I'm going to start slowly harvesting it and processing it and freezing it, even though it seems weird to be doing it in May, June, or July. I'm going to do that so that way I'm ready for the winter this year because as we know, grocery prices are going up and it's getting really expensive. And so that is my plan for this year, to stop wasting vegetables out of my garden and start properly storing them so that way I have food all winter long. And that's literally everything for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in this video here. Bye.